How's it going guys, Sully here, and this is the newly updated 13-inch MacBook Pro. For a student looking for a laptop, they tend to think about three main things: portability, reliability, and functionality. So the first thing we're going to look at is its portability. So here's a quick run through. It still has the same design that it's had for the last 3 or 4 years, which we all love. Clean cut corners, rich display, the touch bar is still here. The only thing they've actually changed on this model is the keyboard. This is now called the Magic Keyboard. They finally got rid of those butterfly switches and it now has new scissor switches. They feel so much better and there's proper key travel again. So to accommodate this new keyboard, they've made this new MacBook 1mm thicker, but it's so worth it. So really, portability wise, it's still the same as it always has been. It packs a lot into a 13-inch footprint, which can easily fit into a rucksack if you go into school or university. So the next thing, functionality and reliability. These two categories go hand in hand. Without good functionality, it can't be reliable. And this year's main change is an internal spec bump with quad cores all around, which ties in really well with the smooth performance desire. What students really want is a laptop which can do everything, so they don't have to buy multiple products for their needs. And this Mac is perfect in that aspect. The screen is bright enough to watch all of your TV shows on the go. The newly improved speakers can definitely fill a dorm room. Zoom works really well on it. You can manage your WhatsApp on it. It also has FaceTime. There's also a dictate feature, so if you're in a lecture, it will transcribe whatever the lecturer is saying. So really, it's just everything you need packed into one device. So this year, there are 2 different base models to choose from with this Mac, and there has been some confusion with what the differences are between these, so let me just clear that up for you. So there are 2 main models. You have the lower end base model with 8th gen Intel chips, and the higher model with 10th gen Intel chips. The lower end starts with 256GB of storage and 8GB slower RAM at £1,299. The higher end starts with 512GB of storage and 16GB faster RAM at £1,799. So what's new compared to last year? Well, for the higher base models, you have the new 10th gen Intel chips, the faster LPDDR4X RAM, and the new Intel Iris Plus graphics. So you'll notice how I said that only for the higher base models. Now, there were a lot of complaints that in order for people to get access to these higher end processors and performance, they'd have to go with the higher model, which is £500 more. But in my opinion, they're looking at it wrong. Not everyone buying a MacBook Pro needs these higher end chips and doesn't want to pay a premium price. So giving a lower end model with last year's specs and the new keyboard gives them that option. Also, people are saying that paying so much more for higher end chips doesn't actually give you that big an upgrade from the lower end chips, but they've been proven wrong. Since people have been able to test this in the months since these Macs were released, it performed with twice the performance on a rendering test, processing 4K footage, which is a massive improvement. But I'll explain the results of these tests in a future video talking about the more technical details about these new Macs. So for the higher models again, it's not just an internal spec bump. It also has 2 extra Thunderbolt 3 ports, meaning there's a total of 4. It has 1 extra fan inside to cool the more powerful 10th gen processors. This also gives it less fan noise in higher intensive tasks. It also has 2 extra vents on the sides for cool airflow. Now, since the base model lacks this airflow, it causes its single fan to run faster and louder, and the dual fans in the higher model have a significant impact on its performance. But I'll get into the more finer details about this in a separate video. Now, not only do these extra vents help with airflow, but they also help with speaker quality. They allow sound to travel through them and bounce off your desk, increasing volume. And on top of this, the higher models actually have 2 extra woofers, improving them further. So this 13-inch MacBook Pro sits right in the middle of Apple's MacBook lineup. The MacBook Air sits right below with a slimmer design, slightly downgraded specs, and a cheaper price. And for people buying the higher end, the 16-inch MacBook Pro sits just above that with a slightly higher price, better specs, better thermal design, and dedicated graphics. So really, this 13-inch gives students who want to do video or photo editing an option of something with high-end specs, much better than what you get in MacBook Air, but in a body much more portable than the 16-inch. So really, this 13-inch model is high-end specs built into a smaller, portable powerhouse, which is perfect for students who are content creators. So if you are a student going to university next year and you want a laptop with that little bit more power, I'd highly recommend picking one of these up. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe.